Join us on a journey through time as we explore rare, unseen photographs of the Titanic's tragic tale, capturing the moments before and after its fateful encounter with the iceberg. The Titanic sits near the dock at Belfast, Northern Ireland, soon before starting its maiden voyage in April 1912. The lifeboats sit in their davits on the Titanic soon before the ship set off in April 1912. The icy waters where the Titanic's sinking occurred as seen just days before the disaster on April 4, 1912. The Titanic begins its sea trials at Belfast, Northern Ireland, soon before setting off on its voyage, captured on April 2, 1912. The reading and writing room on the first-class deck of the Titanic, as seen soon before the vessel took off in 1912. Crowds line the docks as the Titanic prepares to take off on its voyage. Southampton, England, on April 10, 1912. The first-class lounge aboard the Titanic, as seen soon before the vessel took off in 1912. The Titanic sits at the dock in Southampton, England, soon before setting off on April 10, 1912. The Titanic leaves port at Southampton, England, to begin its voyage on April 10, 1912. Titanic passengers stroll past the ship's onboard lifeboats soon before the ship went down, captured between April 10 and 14, 1912. A child plays on the playground located on the saloon deck of the Titanic 3 days before the ship went down, captured between April 10 and 11, 1912. The Café Parisien portion of the first-class restaurant aboard the Titanic, as seen soon before the vessel took off in 1912. Captain Edward J. Smith, Wright, and Purser Hugh Walter McElroy stand aboard the Titanic as it travels between Southampton, England, and Queenstown, Ireland, just 1 day into its voyage and 3 days before it would sink. Captured between April 10 and 11, 1912. The man who took this photograph, Reverend F.M. Brown, got off at Queenstown. Both Smith and McElroy died in the Titanic sinking. The main dining room aboard the Titanic, as seen soon before the vessel took off. The iceberg suspected of having sunk the Titanic, as photographed by the steward of a passing ship the morning after the Titanic's sinking. The other ship had not yet received word about the Titanic sinking, but the steward reportedly saw red paint smeared along the base of the iceberg, indicating that a ship had struck it within the last several hours. Captured on April 15, 1912. Second possible iceberg that sunk the Titanic floats in the North Atlantic near the site where the ship went down in 1912. 2 lifeboats carry Titanic survivors towards safety on April 15, 1912. Following the Titanic sinking, a lifeboat carries survivors to safety on April 15, 1912. A lifeboat believed to be from the Titanic is hoisted and drained of water. A rescue boat full of survivors makes its way through the water following the Titanic sinking on April 15, 1912. The last lifeboat launched from the Titanic makes its way through the water. A lifeboat full of Titanic survivors are picked up by the Carpathia on April 15, 1912. Survivors of the Titanic sinking sit on the deck of the Carpathia, wrapped in blankets and clothes given to them by Carpathia passengers soon after their rescue on April 15, 1912. The Titanic orphans, French brothers Michel on left, age 4, and Edmund Navratil on right, age 2, who were left temporarily parentless. Their father died on the ship. The brothers survived and made it to New York, where they stayed for a month before their mother, who had stayed in France and not boarded the ship, finally recognized them from a newspaper photo and came to claim them. This photo was taken before they were identified. Survivors of the Titanic sinking sit aboard the Carpathia just after their rescue, captured between April 15th and 1912. A newspaper boy sells copies of the evening news telling of the Titanic sinking outside the off-ice of the White Star Line, the company that launched the Titanic. In London, a day after the ship went down on April 16, 1912, crowds wait outside the White Star Line office in order to hear the latest news on the disaster in New York around April 16, 1912. Crowds wait outside the White Star Line office in order to hear the latest news on the disaster in New York around April 16, 1912. The lifeboats of the Titanic that had carried survivors from the sinking ship hang from the side of the Carpathia, the ship that made the rescue as it reaches the pier in New York. The Navratil brothers, once seated with a toy boat similar to the Titanic, arrive in port aboard a rescue ship. A crowd awaits the return of survivors of the Titanic sinking in Southampton, England in April 1912. Survivors of the Titanic sinking sit at Mill Bay Docks in Plymouth, England upon their return home in May 1912. Survivors of the Titanic sinking are greeted by their relatives upon their safe return to Southampton, England in April 1912. The Titanic under construction. Some believe that the ship was fatally flawed from the start. Molly Brown presenting Arthur Rostron with an award for his service rescuing survivors after the Titanic sinking. Captured in May 1912. As we draw to a close on our visual journey through the Titanic's past, we hope these images have brought the ship's story to life in a way words alone could not. As we sign off, let's remember the Titanic not just as a symbol of human ambition and technological prowess, but also as a poignant reminder of our vulnerability. It stands as a testament to those who dared to dream big and to those whose lives were irrevocably changed by its fate. We hope this visual exploration has given you a deeper understanding of the Titanic beyond just its name and its fate. It's a testament to the indomitable human spirit and a reminder of our past. Thank you for joining us on this pictorial voyage. If you've enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring history through images, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment below about which one was your favorite. Until next time, keep delving into the past, one image at a time. Goodbye.